welcome back. Hello my friends. I hope you're all doing well. Obviously, new video for you all today. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, you know the drill by now. I hope you guys are all doing well and taking good care of yourself. I am really excited about today's video, so I'm not gonna blabber on too much, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. So I asked you guys, I put up a thing on my Instagram and on my Snapchat and on my Twitter as well, asking for you to come up with any questions that you could. Nothing was off limits, and my god, some of you went to town. So today is a really lovely, nice, chillax, chatty sit down, where I'm just going to be answering all of your questions. So I'm going to get straight into it. Some of them are anonymous. I'm not too sure who they are because I literally just looked at the price, screenshot the replies. Some of them I do know. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. The first question is off my good friend Tegan. She has asked, what are my goals for 2021, or generally what are my goals in life? So one of my goals for this year is definitely I need to get a place at drama school. I am desperate to start my full-time training. Obviously Fiji, I've got that coming up as well. So my goal is to be able to go and do that because obviously the world's, as it is at the minute. My goals in life, definitely I want to have a really successful career in theatre and performance and acting. I would like my YouTube to, take off a little bit more. Generally just to kind of do quite well for myself, and to be able to go home at the end of the day, have my nice house, have my dog, and just have my own really nice space. So the next question is of Victoria. Thank you, Victoria. And she has asked, how was your gap year and what would you suggest people do in their gap year if you don't get into drama school? So obviously I auditioned last year, and then when everything we got put into lockdown, a lot of my auditions got cancelled and they had to be put online, which was really daunting for me because I'd never done self-tapes, anything like that before. So I don't think I got to do the best that I could. I don't think I put myself across in the best way because it was so daunting for me. But obviously this year I'm doing self-tapes again and I have more of a clue what I'm doing, and they're a lot more professional. But ultimately, obviously, I didn't get to go away and start at uni this year, so I ended up taking a gap year. And honestly, it has been so good for me. Granted, a lot of things I'd hoped to have done, I hadn't been able to do because of Corona and the virus and the lockdowns and all that sort of crap. But it has let me learn so much about myself. I've fell back in love with old hobbies of mine, like reading. So I think if you take a gap year, whether it's, by choice or by unfortunate circumstances, let yourself explore things that, just explore really is the best thing I can think to say. Explore old hobbies, try new ones like baking. I have gotten really into that recently, which is something I was never too keen on after an incident in which I put glass in a cake, but that's a whole different story in and on itself. And then obviously I am going to Fiji as well, which is something I always said if I hadn't have gotten a place, I was going to apply for and hope to be able to do, and obviously I am. So really, the best advice I can give is if you are taking a gap year, just throw yourself into it, try anything and everything, because at the end of the day, you will get something out of it. So the next question, this is a random one I think, is of Holly, and she said, what are your opinions on open relationships? So at the end of the day, I think that someone else's relationship it's none of my business really. So an open relationship, I would say exactly the same. It's none of my business. You do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, the only thing I would say is that make sure that whoever you are getting into a relationship with, you all understand the dynamic. You're all taking care of each other, and basically that you are just being safe and being sensible, because the last thing you want to do is get hurt. I think open relationships, whatever, that's absolutely fine. Why? I don't see why anyone would get pressed about that when it's not their relationship, it's not their concern. You know what I mean? So yeah, open relationships, that's cool. Right, okay, next question. This is off Jess. Thank you, Jess. Did last year go to plan for you? No. If not, how did I deal with that and how did I stay positive? So I'm a really strong believer in that everything happens for a reason and that there is a greater plan for all of us. And I think as well, in terms of the drama school, obviously, which was one of my biggest aims for last year, not getting in, I honestly do think I dodged a bit of a bullet last year, because I would feel awful if I was, forking out all that money right now and having to pay for all that accommodation and, being in and out of lockdown and not knowing whether I can come home or whether I've got to stay thousands of miles away or hundreds of miles away from my friends and family. Like, I couldn't justify, like, paying that money, and I would hate to be in that situation right now. And having seen that happen, yes, I was devastated at the time when I didn't get my own way and didn't get to go away and, start this, like, new chapter of my life. It was really hard, it was really horrible, but in hindsight now, I can look back and realise that it was for the best, because, if I start positive thinking, when I start drama school at the end of this year, hopefully there'll be more people will be vaccinated, it'll all be much more under control, and I'll be able to get, like, the full experience. So yeah, like, stay positive. I just believe that everything happens for a reason. So thank you for your question, Jess. Okay, so this is another random one. If you could write a book, what would it be called? Now, it's because I read so much, I do get, like, ideas and inspiration for different books that I would really like to write. So one of them would, if I am successful and it all goes well, I would really like to write a book about my life, because I do think, not to, like, toot my own trumpet and stroke my own ego, but I do think that a lot of interesting things have happened to me, and I know that compared to a lot of other people my age, I've been through so much and dealt with so much and seen so much, which, I do in a way kind of feel quite fortunate for, because I feel like it makes me more well-rounded. So I'd probably write that. I don't know what I would call it though. Yeah, no, I don't know. But I am kind of working on, have started random drafts of a, like, dystopian novel, a dystopian future kind of type novel. And that would be called The Infatuates. But I'm not going to say any more about that, because hopefully one day it will get published, and I don't want to spoil it for you all. Right, next question. Top 5 travel destinations and why? 1, always going to be Rome. I just absolutely adore that city. I went with my mum and my grandma for my grandma's 70th birthday, and it was just the most magical, special trip ever. I really want to go to Bora Bora. I just think that's total. That'd be like honeymoon destination though. So yeah, Rome's definitely number 1, and then these next 4 probably in no particular order. I really want to go back to Canada. I loved Canada so much. I'm desperate to go skiing again. Obviously Fiji. I really want to go there. I would really like to explore, like, Asia, like Thailand, all generally that corner of the world. I'd like, immerse myself in their culture a bit more. And there's a couple of places in America that I think I would quite like to go, but I also really want to go to, like, Norway and Iceland. I don't know, like, I just want to go anywhere and everywhere. I want to travel. So speaking of traveling, that brings us swiftly to my next question from Luke. Thank you, Luke. And his question is, what is the one thing you're most excited about going to Fiji, and what is the one thing you want to get out of it in the long term? I think the thing that I'm most excited for is how stripped back it's all going to be. It's a totally different way of life. Like, right now I'm sat here, in my brand new clothes, my big comfy bed. They don't have that really. I'll be living in such a remote area. I'll be fortunate enough to, like, actually be living with the families, which is something I'm so looking forward to. And I think it's just going to be a really humbling, mind opening, eyes opening. What's the saying? Eye opening. Yeah, is that it? I think it'll be a really eye opening experience. And really what I hope to take from it is how to be more humble and live a more sustainable way of life as well. Anything. I just wanna absorb it all, really. So thank you for your question, Luke. I'm excited for all of it. Okay, this is an anonymous one. I don't know who this one's from. It says, have you got any thoughts on where you want to do with your career/education? Yes, the theatre, darling. Always. Right, next. Do you have any idea of what sort of things I want to do when we're back to normal? So I'm glad that whoever sent this in, you've used normal in quotation marks, because I don't think life is ever really going to return to how it was before this virus hit. I think we're going to have to adapt to a new normal, but as soon as we can, like, be around our friends and family properly again, I just want to go on a road trip with everyone. Like, I would just want to pack all the stuff into the car with tents and stuff, and just go and just explore and be able to, like, move around the country freely again. Like, I really want to go to Wales, because Wales just looks gorgeous. Everyone in the car with, like, the tents and, like, those little barbecue things and like sit on the beach with a barbecue and just explore, get everyone together and just go exploring. That is the first thing I think I want to do. This next question, I don't know who sent this, but thank you very much for asking. Just how are you doing? I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been quite active. I've been keeping myself busy with this whole new lockdown. So like I'm doing okay, and I'm spending too much money, but retail therapy always helps. You know what I'm saying? I hope you are doing okay also. Okay, next question. Have you got any theatre plans and or wishes to go, things you want to go see after Miss Rona is gone? The moment the theatres can reopen is actually probably going to be one of the greatest moments of my life. I cannot wait to be able to go and sit in the theatre again. I don't know what shows I'd want to go see. I'd really love to go see Hair again if that was to reopen or go on tour, because that is generally one of my favourite shows ever, I think, and I would love to be in it. But I think just to like be back in a theatre, that's enough. I miss it so much. Right, next question. If you could only shop at one clothing store for the rest of your life, what would it be? I don't know. I really do not know, because I buy stuff from everywhere. But I am trying to make more of a conscious effort to like buy more sustainably. So I'm trying to like avoid fast fashion-y things. But in saying that, whenever I do buy from somewhere that is considered fast fashion, I'm very much aware of the fact that I'm not just buying it to wear it once and throw it out. It will become something that will stay in my wardrobe and I will have for some time, so it almost becomes a bit more worthwhile. But if I could find a store that was like really cute stuff all the time, really reasonably priced, and made in like an eco-friendly, sustainable way, then I would shop there. But I don't know if that place exists yet. If anyone does know though, please let me know. Okay, next question. Biggest goal. See, this is a difficult one, I think, because there's so many things I want to do and want to achieve and want to experience in my long and fulfilled life. But I think my biggest goal, because ultimately at the end of the day, when you take everything away, this is all that really matters, is to have a lovely home, a really like nice home environment with, you know, my love and my dog. Really need a dog in my life. Should be able to come home to that every day and just relax and, you know, like I said before, like have my own space, you know, because then if the world goes crazy again in 10 years time or whatever, at least I'll have that. So I think that's maybe one of my biggest goals. To be successful enough to have that would be ideal. Okay, next question. If you could go back to first year of college and give yourself any advice, what would it be? Don't try so hard. Yeah, I think it'll probably be don't try so hard. So after I left secondary, St. Joseph's, you know, it was such a big adjustment, because suddenly I was around all of these like-minded people who all had the same like interests and hobbies and, you know, drive and passion and goals as me. And I remember, like, for the first week, I mean, I did eventually give up, but I wish I hadn't wasted that time. For my first week of college, I remember I came in every single day with, like, my hair immaculate. I had my nails painted every day to coordinate, like, whatever cute gym wear I was wearing. Honestly, no one was going as hard as me. No one was doing it like me. But yeah, I just think don't try so hard, because, like, I think who was I trying to impress? Like, me and these people are all the same. We're all here for the same reason. Just chill out, girl. Just chill out and throw yourself into it more. I think that would be the advice I would give myself. These are some really good questions, guys. Thank you so much. Another one here that's about theatre. Well, education, career. Again, the theatre darling, always. Do you have any ideas what you want to do when we get back to normal? Like I said before, I just want to be able to go out with my friends, go exploring, go travelling, go to a restaurant, actually. I didn't realise how much I actually, like, took for granted, like, getting dressed up and going out for, like, a nice meal with, like, my family and, like, my friends. Definitely want to be able to do that, and I'm sure that is the same for a lot of people. We are hammering through these questions, actually. There isn't that many left. This is a really sweet one. I'm not sure who this is off, but thank you so much. It says, how are you so amazing? Shucks, guys. Stop. So this next one is of my good friend Kelsey. Thank you, Kelsey. And she has asked, where do I see myself in 10 years? So in 10 years from now, I will be 28. I see myself on the stage. I see myself at the Tonys, bringing home the awards in a nice frock. Like, generally, that is a life I can see for myself. Like, I'm not even, like, BSing you guys. I'm not just, like, being dramatic. I see myself in the theatre. I see myself learning a script, running numbers, like, that is it. That is, like, all I can say in 10 years. Okay, next question is off Gabs. Thank you, Gabs. I would like to ask, what are some of your biggest aspirations in life? One of my biggest aspirations, and some of you guys might think this is daft, but I would really like to inspire someone, because I know how many people I have met who have just been the most incredible people, and they haven't even, like, tried. There was no, like, bravado about them. Like, particularly there's this one woman I met when I was on my way to London last year for my arts ed audition. I met her on the train, and she was a professor of English, I think. That might be wrong, but she had a doctorate, and she was just the most incredible woman ever. Like, she heard me. I was sat running my lines for my Shakespeare with my mum, who was obviously sat on the table across from me, and she was sat on the table to the left of us. And she leaned over in that one moment, and she was like, "Oh, can I help?" Because obviously, like, you know, she knew about this sort of thing, and she was just incredible. And, like, she just, honestly, I smile when I think of her, and I would love to be able to have that effect on someone, be able to, like, share any knowledge that I have with anyone. Yeah, that's, like, that might be a bit silly, but I think that's just one of the most incredible things that as a human we can do for other humans. So I would definitely say that is one of my biggest aspirations, obviously, as well as having a wonderful, successful career and a wonderful husband to go home to, and a wonderful, wonderful house, and big money in the bank. But inspire someone, I just think that'd be the most incredible thing to do. Okay, so this is from Mr. Lee, this next question, and it says, and he has asked, what did you enjoy the most out of 2020? Well, what a year. It was a horrible, horrible year in the big scheme of things. I think we can all agree on that much. But I think the thing that I enjoyed most about 2020, it's like I said before, because it became my gap year, was I tried so much stuff. I fell back in love with stuff that I hadn't, like, particularly, like, reading. I learned so much about myself. So I think really my own growth, that was probably my favourite thing about 2020. And also turning 18, that was a good time. I enjoyed that. Okay, we have had loads of questions from Sam. So we're going to hammer through these ones and answer them. Not all of them. Some of them are stupid, Sam. I won't lie to you. But I'll answer the best ones I can. So Sam has asked for me to rate his swag out of 10. I'm going to go for an 8. Because there's always room for improvement. He has asked who my favourite F1 driver is. Daniel Ricciardo. Love him. Favourite One Direction song. Walking in the Wind. If I Could Fly. I also really love Change Your Ticket. I don't know. Walking in the Wind. We'll go with Walking in the Wind. Most epic moment. What has been my most epic moment? Ooh, it's a good one, Sam. I'm thinking about it. I want to say maybe. Okay, there's two. So when Kelsey and my friend Holly as well, went to go see Hair, the Sons of Empire, it was like one of the last shows, and one of the guys that we actually went to college with at the time, his brother was in the show, so we were all sort of sat together in the stalls. And I don't know if they do this every show or had done it in the tour, or if it was just because there was family and friends were able to, like, come to this show. But they dragged all the stalls pretty much up onto stage, like, for the last number. So obviously we got put on stage, and it was just incredible because the vibes were so good. It was just such a wonderful moment, and Holly and Kelsey will testify to this. It was just incredible. So that is probably one of my most epic moments ever. Because I was still on stage with Jake Crickenden and yum. But I think also when I went skiing, there was a day where it was just me and my dad on the slopes. And we just got on, like, right to the top, and when I first started skiing, I couldn't ski, but then it took a couple of days, and then I was into it. And I think just being stood at the top of the mountains in the middle of Canada, like, the view was incredible, and it was just like, wow. I was like, this is cool. And then the last question he has asked is Boyfriend a good song, and do you have Bieber fever? No, and no. Right, next question. Favourite memories from school, also miss you. I'm not sure who this is, but I'm sure I probably most definitely miss you too. My favourite memories from school. So I didn't really enjoy secondary school at all. It was not a good time for me. Generally kind of sucked on the whole. But we did go to France in year 9, and that was such a good trip. I don't think I actually stopped laughing at all that trip. But yeah, I think, yeah, probably that. But also, like, I really, like, loved the lunch times where it didn't feel like you were at school and you could just, like, sit and socialise and, like, be with your friends. Yeah, probably like that. That's probably what I would say I missed the most from school. Also, miss trainers English lessons because they were just incredible. Okay, next question, and this one is a deep one. Biggest regrets? I don't know. Not to like get all philosophical, but like I said before, I think everything happens for a reason. So I wouldn't say there's so much things I regret because obviously I've been able to like learn from them and it's helped shape who I am today. I really don't know. To whoever has asked this question, you've stumped me. I don't know. Biggest regret. I mean, there was a time where actually I'm not even gonna go there because no, I don't regret that at all. Actually, it's just a thing that happened. I don't know. I really don't know. Really good question though. Okay, this next one I really like. Who inspires you? So many people. Like I said before, like I think inspiring someone is one of the best things you can do. I'm inspired by my mom. She's just an incredible woman. I'm inspired by my grandma because she is also just such an incredible woman, and I love her so much. I'm inspired by Miss Elizabeth, who I met on the train. I'm inspired by Miss Olivia Colman because I think she is just, to watch her act is just absolutely incredible. People like, like Louis Tomlinson, I think he's just such a good person. I'm inspired by countless people. Yeah, I don't know. I could go on for a very long time. But good people with good intentions, I'm always quite inspired by those. We're getting to the end. If you could be any celebrity for a day, who would you be and why? Let me think. I don't know. I do know. Do I know? I mean, yeah, let's go with that. I would love to be Olivia Colman for a day because to have even an ounce of her talent and her success, wow, blows my mind. And I think she's just wonderful. She's the nation's sweetheart as well. She is just incredible. So I think to be her for a day would be pretty awesome. Okay. Oh, second to last question, my friends. First memory that springs to mind. I think one of my earliest memories is busting my lip in the bath. I could have only maybe been about two or three, I think. And yeah, I was playing in the bath, and I remember I was like lying on my front. And I'm gonna presume probably everyone has done this at some point in their life, where you go like back and forth in the bath, and you do like the tsunami, and the water like goes everywhere, and it's a mess. I was doing that on my front, and I remember because I was obviously so small at the time. And we had this really, really long bath. This is back when we lived in the first house. Yeah, so I was going like back and forth, and the water just basically pushed me all the way forth. And I went like smack face first in the end of the bath, and I bit down like on my lip. So the bite and the impact was blood everywhere. So that's probably one of my earliest memories, but I think one of my favourite first memories has got to be of my Uncle Tommy, God rest his soul. He was such an incredible man. He's another one who inspires me, 100%. Every day I would come home from nursery, and particularly in the summer, we'd have the little paddling pool out in the back garden, and I had this little boat, but my Uncle Tommy would always make me something out of the day's newspaper. And granted, the moment I would put it in the water, it would go all soggy and horrible, but he would make me like little boats, little hats, like little origami type things. And that would happen like every day when I got in from nursery, or nursery in the summer, which was just cute. So this last question, and I've chose it to be this last question for a reason. So the person who has asked this has asked in particular to remain anonymous, so don't worry, I will keep your identity hidden. But thank you for the question. I appreciate it very much. So this individual has asked, are you aware of your glow up? And if so, display evidence accordingly. To answer your question, yes. Yes, I am. I feel like I am twice the person I was when you knew me. I'm so much more sure of myself. I've always been loud, I've always been confident, and I've always had a lot of things to say. But now I'm less afraid to say them. I'm around better people now who bring out the best in me. I've got a better group of friends, and I take care of myself a lot more now than I ever did back in the day. So here is some evidence to display accordingly. So this first picture is from 2016. Now I feel like this is how a lot of people will remember me from like secondary school. So this was taken on, I believe it was my 14th birthday. Just, you don't mind me like tucking into that brownie. Yeah, that, I just think I look so yikes there. That is not a good time. But does anyone really look good at 13 or 14? Alright, so this next photo, I think I look so good in this next photo. I really cannot lie to you guys. So this was from the night I went to go see James Bay. This was a wonderful night for that concert as well. But it was also a crappy night for reasons that I'm not going to disclose. But at that time, I wasn't taking care of my body properly. I was going through a lot of stress. Generally, like, no. And really, at this point as well, only properly started to discover the power of makeup and hair straighteners. But yeah, I think from here on out, it kind of gets better. So this one's from 2017, I think. I think so. This next photo, this is from 2017 or 2018. I think I'm about 16 in this photo. No, I'm 15 in this photo. I know for a fact I'm 15 in this photo, actually. This was taken in Scotland. My head looks far too big for my body. Like, what is that? What is that? I would have avoided me too, guys. Don't worry. Next one. This is from 2018. This is from summer 2018, which was a really good summer. This is when I think I started coming into my element a bit more, and I would like to think this is how people from school remember me. With my loud voice, my big smile, and my happy opinions. Yeah, good time. But then it wasn't a good time, so I don't know. Maybe, a bit all over the place. And then this next photo, this was from after I left school. This was a better time, let's say. Obviously, I went so hard at Halloween. Like, look at that. A body yada 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 yada. I looked so good as Maleficent, giving you all of the serve. Yeah, so at this point, I just started college. I was around more like-minded people. I was making new friends. I was doing what I loved every day. But obviously, there was a lot going on behind closed doors at this point. So this is from October 2018. Yeah. So this was better, but this was still a bit of a rocky time. This next photo is literally just from last summer. Well, actually, I think... Yeah, no, this is from, like, August. Not long before my birthday, I think. I mean, and it's not just a Snapchat filter, but I look so much better. There's more in my eyes compared to, like, other photos. You know, I've discovered the power of hair and makeup at this point fully. I know what I'm doing with a curler these days. I've been doing everything I love. I mean, you know, everything behind closed doors is much more settled. Everything was just generally going quite well at this point. Yeah. Like, when you're in the correct environment for you, like, it shows. When you're not, it takes a toll on your body and how you feel, obviously. And it shows. It really shows. But then when you come out of that and emerge from the other side of it, my God, you do. You start glowing. Doing stuff for me. Doing the things I love. Absolutely no apologies. If you don't like it, deal with it. Get out of my space. You know what I mean? And then, obviously, here I am today. This is what I look like right now. So, yeah. I do think I've had a glow up. There's my evidence. I am in just such a much better position now than I think I ever have been. I know exactly who I am. I know what I stand for. Like, I know my shit now. And I'm not afraid to do or say things and be things. And I'm not trying to impress anyone. I feel like that was something I tried to do all through secondary, like, far too much. Whether it was trying to impress a certain boy who was not worth my time. Or trying to just, you know, be nice to people just for the sake so that they would be nice to me and they wouldn't give me a hard time because they weren't the nicest person themselves. Like, I spent far too long doing stuff that was a waste of my time, and now I don't do that anymore. So I've had a glow up. Thank you for your question. I feel so much better. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. Okay, so that is all of your questions answered. Thank you so much for sending them all in. I've had the best time answering them. I hope that my answers are satisfactory and that Curbs satisfies your need for answers. Yeah, just thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, there you go. You now know a little bit more about me. If you're not new here, there you go. You know a little bit more about me. Yeah, I just hope you really enjoyed it. I will be back very soon with another video. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, all that YouTube stuff. Yeah, just thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. I've said that like 5 times, but I do. I really have hope you've enjoyed. I will see you very soon. All the love and take care, my friends. Bye!